Coach, just an overall statement about tonight's game.
Well, it's always good to get the win. I think we set the tone early. Jalen especially, I think Jalen was into the ball, pressuring. He had a couple early steals. I think got the guys going, so that was great. And I think, that's what we got to do every game. We got to set the tone. So, I think it was one of our better defensive games, and started from the beginning of the game.
Ever since the beginning of the regular season, how has Jalen LeCue progressed all the way through now? Because it just seems like he's been putting in what I like to call a night shift.
Yeah.
Every night he's producing either in one area of the stat sheet or in another area of the stat sheet.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show in his game, and right now he's just playing at a very high level.
Yeah. He might say, I don't think that because I'm always on him. But, he's a talented player. He's an NBA player. He just, he's still young. There's certain tools that he needs to acquire and keep sharpening. But, yeah, it's always something. It's always something in the stat book. Sometimes I get mad at him, like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I look at the stats, like, oh, he did this well. So he's a very talented player, but, I just want to keep pushing him so he can be great, and I think he's on that way.
And for you to get that type of bench production tonight, what does that just say about the depth of this team right now, especially in a homestand where you guys need to get just about every home win?
Yeah, one thing, every coach have told me when I first got this job was like, protect your house. Just whatever you can, just protect your house, which is protect your home court. So we slipped up when we came back from the trip, lost a couple games. We're starting to climb back and protect our house. The fans were great tonight. They're always good. So, that's something we have to do.
Coach, from the last game to this game, I think the biggest improvement was the assist to turnover ratio. Talk about the momentum changes, just better ball handling.
Yeah, I told him, I think we had 12 turnovers in the first quarter last game, and I said that's something we cannot do. And, I joked after the game with Cassius. I said, hey, you had 0 turnovers because he had 9 yesterday. So everybody started laughing. But that's a serious note. Like, you cannot turn the ball over that many times and expect to win, especially with a good team like that. They got a lot of good players, players that can put the ball in the hole. So we did a way better job tonight, and that's just always going to help you.
Speaking of a good team, before the series started, me and others were talking about these games coming up with a homestand of getting 1 or 2 or possibly 3 wins on y'all's side.
Yeah.
Some said 1, some said 2. Getting these wins with this team, how much of a momentum does it go into that third final game?
Oh, it's big. Like I said, these guys, I think our series now is 3-2. It was always, going to this game was 2-2, and always tough games. So now getting this win against this team is really good for us, good for our confidence. And Austin's a good team. We've got these guys next, and I think we're going to be going into it ready to go.
Last one for me. You just traded for Jared Palmer. What does that mean for y'all's team? Just getting another superstar.
Well, it's just always you get another player. It's always good for us to give us depth. I know Jared a little bit, so I'm just excited to have him.
We'll see it starting tonight. You probably see a couple guys out. Talk about his performance. Seems like you're trying to make the most of his opportunity.
Yeah. He's the classic. We call it in the coaches' world, work your minutes. And ever since he came with us, whether he played 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, he always worked them, meaning he always produced. Whether it's he only played 3 minutes, he got 2 rebounds and a steal. So we had a lot of confidence in him to in him to perform like that. So when we were down about it, we knew we were gonna probably start him, and he did a great job on Mason, which is a very good player in this league, good player in general. So he's a high-level defender. I'm glad we got him.
I don't know Trevor enough personally, but he had some trouble shooting, but then he picked up other areas of the game. It was good to see him being assist. It was good to see him working on the floor. It was good to see him going inside course, he's got to keep shooting because that's what he does. You tell him to work maybe the ball more inside. Has he had some success drawing fouls or even getting layups?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like with Trevor, like you know, I told him like, you know, I always say, kid, hey, this is your time to make mistakes. The G League is your time to make mistakes and try things. Figure out your game more, right? You know, at this level. And I think, you know, he found a little bit of, you know, action going to the basket and, you know, using his body, things like that. And then that pocket pass, we're trying to develop that with him. He has some good ones. And I keep telling him, I don't care if you turn over, keep trying it. Because he's going to have to do that at the next level for him to be there. So, yeah.
And finally, it seems like, again, as you're talking to your big men, Spalding and also Hollistein, that, you know, hit the glass more both offensively and defensively. It seems like also you're going to do a little more. I think you did maybe once tonight have called the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Yeah, like, no, we like that. Like, we tried the other night, and we think, you know, we did a pretty good job with it. It helps us in rebounding. And teams try to go small, too. But, no, we like it. Ray and Willie are both high IQ players. So we trust them guys out there with the spacing. They know how to play together like that. So we're kind of find more unique ways to use them and probably get them the ball. That's one thing. I'm not a big guy, but sometimes I'm like, you small guards got to get our bigs the ball sometimes. So.
Are you trying to consciously get them to hit the boards more? I mean, they're getting the rebounds more. So we keep joking that, you know, Spalding's like keeps being one rebound away from a double.
Yeah.
So we're going to get it. But you encourage them more to hit the glass more and try to get more layups.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, especially with the Twin Towers, they have to dominate down there. We don't put it out there to look good. We want them guys to dominate the rebounding, get easy putbacks, things like that. So, you know, and it just in general, like, I mean, I think you guys remember the RGV team from last year, the championship team. They were the best team in the league offensive rebounding wise, right? So we're not that, but you know, we want to kind of get close to that at least. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.